Hey guys, this is Navdeep Singh Chitla. Thank you for clicking this thumbnail. Today we're going to talk about a new application here. This is an application for permanent residence for Canada under Canadian Experience class, and it got refused, and the decision was challenged by the applicant because the applicant was not agreeing with the visa officer's decision. Okay, let's see what happens here. So the applicant name is Anil Kumar. As you can see, the applicant is a 25-year-old citizen of India. He disagrees with the decision of an immigration officer rejecting his application for permanent residence visa under Canadian Experience class on the basis that he did not meet the skilled work experience requirement. So the immigration officer found that the applicant did not provide sufficient evidence that he performed the main duties of a cook as described in the National Occupation Classification. I'll just give you the overview before we start this case study. So the applicant entered in Canada on a study permit. He studied at Humber College, and after that he joined a job over there in British Columbia, and after a few years he applied for the provincial nomination and got the nomination, and that nomination was obviously helpful for him to apply for permanent residency, and he applied for the same as well, but the visa officer denied the application because his reference letter did not provide sufficient information that he actually performed those duties. So let's see what happens. The applicant received a study permit in order to obtain a computer and network support technician diploma from Humber College in Ontario. In October 2015, after having completed the program, he received a post-graduation work permit. In May 2016, the applicant started to work as a cook helper at JS Pizza and convenience store in British Columbia. 2 months later, he was promoted to the position of cook due to his good work and communication skills. So almost after 1 year, he applied for the provincial nominee program. His application was approved by the British Columbia Ministry of Jobs, Trade and Technology. He was therefore nominated to apply for a permanent residence visa and did so under the NOC level B 6322 code. Nevertheless, the applicant's application for permanent residence visa was denied in August 2018 on the basis that he did not meet the skilled work experience requirement. Almost after 2 years, he applied for a permanent residence visa and his application got refused. Okay, so the immigration officer found that in order to be a member of Canadian Experience class, the applicant needed to establish pursuant of subsection 87 Immigration Refugee Protection Regulations, and that he had temporary resident status during the qualifying period of work experience. So we'll just jump to the main information why the visa officer suspected that his reference letter was not credible. With respect to the occupation of cook identified in the application, the immigration officer found that the applicant did not meet the skilled work experience requirement. He found that the information provided to substantiate the applicant's duties as his place of employment did not demonstrate that he prepares and cooks complete meals and a wide variety of foods. Instead, the applicant was found to be prepare and cook only simple food items. Furthermore, there was insufficient evidence that the applicant did not use pre-made items in the preparation of food. So these are two different things. I also have the NOC duties and responsibilities open up here. So I'll just show you, if someone who is claiming to be cook, he must be performing these duties, and it clearly mentions the main duties: prepare and cook special meals for patient as instructed by the dietitian or chef. See, keeping in mind he was working at J Pizza. Pizza is a fast food sort of a counter or sort of a delivery service. So may set up, oversee buffets. Now we need to make sure that whether a cook can be a good example of someone who is working at a pizza outlet. So cook performs some of the following duties: may set up and oversee buffets, may hire and training kitchen staff, prepare and cook complete meals in individual dishes and foods. Okay, this is something which suspects me, because mostly what happens is on the pizza outlets, most of the things are already pre-cooked. Prepare the food from very scratch. It includes the raw vegetables and other things also, but when it comes to pizza, they already have the prepared things which may be raw, but most of them are already prepared. So oversee kitchen operations, that can be done. Schedule and supervise kitchen helpers. Okay. Maintain inventory and records of food, can be done. So may plan menus, determine size of portions, estimate food requirements and costs, monitor and order supplies. May clean kitchen and work area. So in a nutshell, if I look at these two requirements, it says that prepare and cook complete meals or individual dishes and foods. Complete. it says complete. So as visa officer noted that experience of as a cook is not justified for someone who is working at a pizza shop, because pizza shop does not give you an opportunity to perform those duties under those working conditions. Instead of the cook, the applicant might be best suitable for the food counter attendants and kitchen helpers. And here are the duties for that. So food attendants can perform these duties. So portion, assemble and wrap food or place it directly on the plates for serving to patrons or package takeout food. Okay, so may receive payments for food items purchased, serve customers at counters or buffet tables, stock refrigerators and salad bars, keep records of quantities of food used, remove trash and clean kitchen garbage containers, wash dishes, glassware, flatware, pots. So wash and peel vegetables and fruit, perform other duties such as scraping and staking dishes, carrying linen to and from laundry area and running errands. Take customer orders, use deep fryer, grill, oven, dispensers and other equipment to prepare fast food items such as sandwiches, hamburgers, fried salads, ice cream, probably pizzas. So bring clean dishes, flatware and other items to serving areas and set tables. So these are, okay, it also includes remove dishes before the after courses, clean, peels, rice. So you can also stop the video to read all these duties. So the crux of the story is because the cook's occupation was in demand in British Columbia and the applicant was able to get the nomination, but there is no 100% surety that if you're getting the nomination, you will also get the visa approved. So let's see visa officer's understanding is on this case. In making this determination, the immigration officer considered that the applicant's place of employment has a specialized menu for pizzas, that it offers a fast food counter service and delivery. The immigration officer found that the applicant's duties fell under NOC different, because obviously under that sort of environment, as we previously discussed, it might not be possible for a cook to prepare complete meals. So as a result, the immigration officer concluded that he couldn't issue a visa to the applicant because he did not meet the statutory requirements. So the applicant was disagreed with this decision. Here are the duties and responsibilities which are mentioned for cooks, and these are for superintendents. So visa officer made a explicit comparison and confirmed that it was not these similar kind of duties which was performed by the applicant. So the main duty differentiating a cook from a food preparer is the preparation of complete meals and a wide variety of foods. In my view, it was reasonable for the immigration officer to conclude that the applicant does not prepare a wide variety of foods, because the applicant only prepares a limited variety of simple foods such as pizzas, chicken wings, and which are served at a food counter. So these duties mostly resonates with the food attendant's duties. The application was dismissed. So the takeaway from this particular case study is, I would also like to suggest you a few things while selecting the NOC. You must ensure that you are checking the employment requirements or education requirements here. So this is for the cooks 6322, and for this one they are clearly mentioning that trade certification is available but volunteer in all provinces. Completion of secondary school is required. Completion of 3-year apprenticeship program for cooks. Completion of food safety may be required. So red seal endorsement is also available in so it is not mandatory, but you have to have it. It makes some sense while analyzing the application. And if you will see this one, because this skill level is D, so food counter attendant skill level is D, which is no way considered in the federal skilled worker under Canadian experience class. As you might have noted that food counter attendants, kitchen helpers, related support occupations, they are considered as skill level D, which is not acceptable under the Canadian federal skilled worker programs. So I think at this point the visa officer noted that certain, and also if we dig deep into that, you'll see the employment requirements are some secondary school education is usually required. See, for the cooks, they require specialized training, as we have seen here. They require the trade certification, completion of 3-year of apprenticeship program for cooks. But this is just a support sort of experience where they do not require anything. They just require the on-the-job training and it's done. And I think the applicant was more suitable for this particular NOC, as he was only having 12th standard, and after that he studied a different program. So it was nowhere near the apprenticeship program for cooks. And secondly, he was just having few months of experience. Because of his communications, he got promoted. They only mentioned. So it is highly likely that he must be working at a counter, he must be receiving some orders or something, because he was good at communication skills. How come the communication skills only help a cook to get promotion? Because for cook, it is important that he must know how to cook different variety of foods. I would say wide variety of foods. So the communication is a secondary thing. But anyway, I think you understand what I wanted to say. So that's how it is. I hope you have learned something, and thank you so much. And I'll see you in the next video.